Jim Wiseman is still dealing with the fallout from his surgery 2.5 years ago. He was in the hospital to have his bladder removed to treat his cancer. Only days after the surgery, he was having unusual pains. A doctor ordered x-rays that revealed the problem.
He came back and showed me the camera, a picture of a sponge that was left inside of me.
That meant another operation to remove the sponge. He spent nearly a month in the hospital.
I was in real bad shape. I went through hell in that hospital. I mean, total hell. I've never been the same since.
He says he's still in constant pain and discomfort and can't even wear his regular clothes.
I live in track pants. I can't even walk around the block anymore.
Wiseman is suing his doctor for the mistake, but he's discovered how time-consuming and difficult that can be. CBC News obtained data going back decades that show how often Canadian doctors are sued and how often patients win. We analyzed annual reports from the Canadian Medical Protective Association, the group that provides legal defense for doctors. Over the past 40 years, the number of doctors has increased, but the rate of patient suing has dropped. And for the cases that do make their way to court, the number of patients winning has shrunk.
Fewer and fewer people are opting to sue doctors.
Medical malpractice lawyer Paul Hart, who represents patients, says most people just don't have the resources to match the CMPA.
Most lawyers, medical malpractice lawyers, would not really look at a case that's worth less than $250,000.
If the care was reasonable, then the case will be defended.
The CMPA has far deeper pockets. They recently reported assets worth $4.5 billion. It says it only fights suits where it believes it has a strong case for the doctor.
So the Canadian Medical Protective Association is not going to advance an unethical defense. We will only defend the defensible.
These are all the pages from the hospital from...
Jim Wiseman's suit has dragged on for 2.5 years. He says he worries the CMPA is using its resources to wait him out.
Do you think this will resolve in your lifetime?
I'm hoping it will. I'm sure they're probably thinking maybe I'll drop dead and they won't have to worry anymore.
So Habiba, I mean, clearly he's upset with the situation, but what about the organization that defends doctors? I mean, do they have anything particular to say about his case?
So Dr. Bell, who speaks for the CMPA, said he couldn't talk about the specifics of the case, but he did say that a sponge being left in a patient is what he calls a never event. In other words, something that really should never happen, and compensation would be appropriate in such a case.
And tell me more about the organization itself. I mean, you mentioned assets in the billions of dollars. I mean, where are they getting their money from?
So doctors pay the CMPA an annual fee and then are reimbursed by the provinces and territories. We wanted to find out just how much. What the numbers show is that in a recent 4-year period, provinces and territories paid out $1.8 billion to doctors for this fee. Patients we talked to tell us that they really feel that their tax dollars are being used to help fund the defense of the doctors when they try to sue them.
Okay, Habiba, thanks very much.
Thank you, Andrew.